difficult game to, wrap your head around the guys when there were so many stoppages in place?
I don't know. Preseason, when you get up at the game 7 of preseason, we're going to play 8, and this one was on the road. I thought that we did a lot of things that we set out to try and do as we tried to correct, and we've been trying to work on keeping our shot totals down. In the last 2 games against Buffalo, we were outshot dramatically. So we made a conscious effort to make a presentation that, hey, we can't continue to think we're going to have success if we're going to give that kind of shot total up and those quality scoring chances. So that was an area that we tried to focus on in our preparation here between yesterday and today, and then special teams bit us in the butt. But I thought we played okay from a standpoint, but we looked like we got frustrated. Took some dumb penalties, dumb areas that are going to be calls all year, slashing on the hands, holding the offensive zone, reaching in. Those are kind of things that are showing that we're maybe a little fatigued right now with the number of games in the short time frame that they've played. But that's why you play these, because there's going to be tests for these players through the course of the season, and you're going to play back-to-backs, and you're going to play 4 and 5 nights or 4 and 6 nights. Those are situations you have to deal with.
Further to Sherry's question, that's a tough game, I guess, to evaluate some of your guys who are on the fringe of the team, though. You want to see them maybe in more 5-on-5 situations tonight?
Yeah, but, again, it's some of our guys that are being evaluated put us down in those situations. So that's the way it goes.
What have you seen from Fratton?
Frats has had, I would say, a mediocre camp. Frats needs to find a way to regenerate some enthusiasm. I feel sorry for him right now, as a matter of fact, that I think that the puck's, not his friend. It's going away from him versus it's bouncing for him. And he's a guy that has to be physical, and usually when he's physical, goals follow him around.
Your club has shown at least an opportunistic side shorthanded in this preseason. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say that we're much more aggressive up ice. I think the addition of Komarov and Winnick, and we've been using Kozin there. Now we've tried to put Peter Holland in a role, and we've tried to spread those minutes out a little bit. And our focus is to be, a lot more aggressive with our skating game up ice. And we're able to do that in exhibition. Well, we've got a regular season that's going to start. We'll see what happens there.
Without giving away too much of the game plan, how are you keeping those shots down? Like, when you do keep the shots down, what are you doing well?
Well, tonight was the first time in a while, so, I don't want to give the secret. So,
what are you trying to do? Like, what did you?
Well, we're not doing much different than anybody else, but there's, in as far as teams and what teams are doing, there's either a trapping system, and there's a variation of a 1-3-1, a 1-1-3, a 1-2-2, and you decide what best suits your group. And traditionally, the Montreal Canadiens started in the 30s trapping, and a lot of teams played that way for a long time, and there's still teams playing that way today, but they've varied it a little bit. It's all about keeping more people above the puck and shutting down lanes in the neutral ice.
Randy, when you make tweaks systematically, how much of the why do you explain to the players? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're doing the X's and O's, how much do you get at why we're doing this versus here's what I want you guys to be doing?
I think there's always an explanation that before you make a presentation on change, I think it's important that they have an understanding that you're doing this to help the team. You're doing it to help their game. It's something that we feel the coaching staff spends a lot more time than they do reviewing on what's going on out there. I'll guarantee you that.
The pairing of Phaneuf and Polak, I don't know if that's going to be going forward or maybe Robidas in that spot, but what do you like about that?
Well, we just played veteran guys together, and we felt we want Dion on the left side, and we thought that, Polak, another veteran guy, and we've paired Gardner with Holzer a lot of the time, and then tonight Morgan Riley played the right side because of the injury to Franson. So, those are the things that you scratched on the pad, but there's not really that many combinations you can stray away from when you only have 6.
It's been a while since Dion played with a guy who was older than him. Not
Yeah,
a while
well,
since in Toronto.
not a long time, but again, that's part of the build of our hockey club is that we feel that we've added some veteran presence and some leadership, and that hopefully can transfer into us playing a solid brand of hockey.
Will you get down to your final group for Collingwood?
We're at our final group for Collingwood now. We're traveling a number of people, but that's not our final group.
I just want to ask quickly about Rose. He cashed a couple of those chances that he creates that would obviously enhance his chances.
Yeah, he's a guy that scored, I think, 50 goals in junior, and he scored productively at the American Hockey League level. But I think you can't expect him to step into a role here and be an offensive force. I think he has to get comfortable. But he is a speedster, and he's a smart hockey player.